Do you want to start an Etsy shop but you're not entirely sure even what you want to make or where to start? Then keep watching this video. Hi everyone, I'm Steph, and if you're new here, welcome, subscribe. This is a place where you need to be if you are serious about growing a handmade business on Etsy and beyond. But I have run my six-figure handmade business since 2016. And I'm here essentially to teach you how to do the same thing. But if you're watching this, chances are you are at the very beginning. You've kind of made up your mind that you want to start a handmade business, but you're not entirely sure what even to make. Or maybe you even have a few ideas and you're not entirely sure how to narrow it down. That is what today's video is going to be teaching you all about. So, shall we dive in? Let's dive in. Okay, guys, so step one is to create a list of things that you are good at or things that you have conquered in your life. Now, what I mean by this is that if someone was to come to you for advice about something, what would that something be? Okay, so this is a really good thing to do, is to actually ask a few of your really, really close friends and family and just ask them the question. If you were to come to me for advice, sister, mum, dad, daughter, best friend, what subject would that be? Or what would you be asking me? And really kind of hone in on those particular answers to those questions, right? Write them down somewhere, journal on them, really, really expand on it. But you also, the kind of second part to this is that you want to be making a list of things that you can do or things that you have conquered. Now, this might not make any sense, but just do it. Trust me, it will really help you. Essentially, the aim of the game with the first step is to come up with a list of things that you can do and that you like to do and that you're good at. So rather than just plucking an Etsy business shop idea out of complete thin air, you're actually kind of doing some background work and kind of discovering yourself and what you're really good at. I'm interrupting my own video to ask you a question. So you're watching this because you want more Etsy sales, right? And did you know that conversion rate is absolutely the key if you want to do that on Etsy and beyond? You want to build a thriving business, an amazing brand, all on Etsy. If you want to do that, then you need to grab this free masterclass. It's insanely valuable. It's happening today. Secure your free spot using the link in the description box below, and I can't wait to see you on the inside. Now, let's get back to the video. The second thing is to really analyze what you're physically able to do in the space that you have. It's no good saying that you want to start a t-shirt printing business or a pottery business if you have no room to do so, right? I mean, yes, you can definitely go and rent out space, but if you haven't got the money to do that, then it's always good to start at home. So really kind of try to walk around your home and try to identify a space and how big that space is for you to do this new business, and really kind of try to cater your ideas around the space that you have, because the last thing you want to do is have a business for 6 months, still be kind of working your way up sales wise and having to go and rent the space because you have no space to do it at home, right? That's the least thing that's really just not the thing you want to be doing. So definitely walk around your home and idea space that you can actually do this thing in. The third thing is to take your brainstorm from the first step and narrow it down to 3 things. Narrow it down to 3 ideas and things that you want to do. So I want to preface this by saying that you don't want to just pick all 3 and be like, yay, done. Because what happens then is that you actually don't niche down and you end up with a general gift shop, which, to be honest with you guys, is not the key to succeeding in a brand on Etsy online, right? You really want to niche down and specify and specialize in one particular thing, okay? So if you're good at knitting, you're good at crochet, and you're good at making wallets, don't just shove all of those in one shot, right? Really try to niche down on one particular item. And if you can't do that, niche down on one particular target market, okay? So you definitely want to niche down to 3 things, and then eventually you want to just pick one. Let me know in the comments, what's on your list? What are the 3 things that are on your list currently? Because I'd really be interested to know. Let me know in the comments. So step number 5 is describe yourself in one sentence. No bad words needed, but definitely try to describe yourself in one sentence. Now, really try to be honest, okay? If someone was to say, oh, do you know Anna? Do you know Bella? Do you know Steph? How would you describe her? She's really hard to kind of like pinpoint. How would you describe her? What would you say? Imagine that you were a fly on the wall or you switched bodies with your best friend, right? How would you describe yourself? Because this is actually a really good way to start to kick off your brand. Let's be honest, your brand lives and dies by you, okay? You cannot create a brand that goes against you as a person because you'll end up being super unhappy and it won't work. So it's a really good thing to do is to kind of do this and start off with who you are as a person and build a brand around that. It's virtually impossible, guys, to build a brand based on values that you as a person do not agree with. Trust me, it doesn't work. Step number 6 is to kind of marry the two. So you've described yourself, you know what you're good at. Now it's time to put those two together to create a business idea, right? To create something that you can do and that you love to do. As I've said before, it's no good trying to create a business based on a target market that you do not see yourself as, or you do not recognize, or you do not maybe even agree with, right? So you've really got to be super strict with yourself and really marry those two things. Again, you don't want to be creating a business that you as a person would not buy from. So 9 times out of 10, you will be your own target market, right? So really try to brainstorm this. What are you good at? And, you know, who are you as a person? What are your values? You need to definitely marry those two. Step number 7 is that you want to head to Etsy, you want to do a search, and you want to find proof of concept. Now, it's actually not a great thing if you are like, I need to reinvent the wheel. I'm going to go and I'm going to create something really new because you haven't got proof of concept. On the other side of the coin, if you are saying, well, I want to create t-shirts for mums with little boys, right? Super niche. And you go onto Etsy and you see a shop that's like a year old that's got tons of sales. That's actually a good thing. That's not a competitor that you're like having to like internally groan and go, oh no, someone's already done it. No, because no one's done it how you are going to do it, right? So finding proof of concept is really something that you need to do. And it's something that every single business owner does, whether they are handmade or not. Every single business owner has to find proof of concept somewhere, right? So head to Etsy and have a little search and see what is coming up in the kind of space that you want to venture into on Etsy. Tip number 8 is to find out if it's profitable, right? So what I like to do is I like to go onto Etsy and you will have a low price bracket and a high price bracket. You really want to find that low to high price bracket. So let's say that you want to sell a hand cream, right? Just completely off the top of my head. And the cheapest is $3 and the most expensive is $30, right? What I would recommend you do is that you're shooting for the top 20 to 30% of that bracket. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to compete on price. Because if you're trying to compete on price, newsflash, you will never win. So you definitely want to see if it is a profitable idea. We've already established what we want to do, whether we can do it in our workspace, etc., etc. Now you want to look at the numbers and the math and really break down whether it would be profitable for you. Step number 9 is to research how much your supplies will be and make a good old-fashioned spreadsheet and really dig down into how much per unit this is going to cost. Do that first. Don't even enter into what your time's going to be quite yet. What we want to do at this stage is to just look at the cost to make, cost to sell, marry those two. Are you going to be profitable? If the answer is no, then you're going to have to go back through the previous steps and kind of work on something else or try to find a way to do it that would make you make a profit, right? If the answer is yes, then that's great. Then you have to start researching your own time, pricing buffers, postage costs and all that good stuff. All of this we do go over in the academy, but really you have to be building your price with a really healthy profit margin to enable you to have buffers in case things go wrong, to put the fees in there, etc., etc. So really drill down with a good old-fashioned spreadsheet and dive into the numbers. So you have decided what you want to sell. You know that it's a profitable idea, you have proof of concept, you found a good niche, you're really excited to get going, but what's your next step? Well, what's the point of throwing up an Etsy shop, putting your items on there, only for you to get crickets and not get any sales, right? That is why I have created for you an 80-minute free masterclass called the 3-Step Framework to Skyrocket Your Etsy Conversion Rate. Conversion rate basically means the ratio of how many people come into your shop versus how many people buy. So if 100 people come in and 2 people buy, that's a 2% conversion rate, right? Simple, easy, yes. Is it simple and easy to raise? No, it's not. Because again, if you double your conversion rate from 2 to 4, so 4 people out of every 100 buy, you're not spending any more money getting any more people into your shop, right? That's a good thing. Businesses always want to be focusing on conversion rate. So that's why I've created a free masterclass for you. The link for that is in the description box below and it is completely free. Guys, also watch these 2 videos if you have started an Etsy shop. They'll be super, super valuable for you. I've even got a playlist for you for Etsy newbies all the way up to advanced Etsy sellers, right? Guys, please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a big thumbs up. But for now, I shall catch you in the next one. Bye, everyone.